Hello everybody from the beautiful Port Orleans Resort, French Quarter in Disney World. We are here for a little staycation and I want to give you a resort tour, a room tour, tell you what I think of this resort. We haven't been back here though for a long time and it was time for another visit. So we'll talk about some of the amenities, the things that you can do here for fun, and we're just gonna enjoy this location for a couple of days. So I hope you're gonna stick around. Let's go. I'm gonna start off by telling you guys that we got a king size room. All the king size room in the Port Orleans French Quarter are corner rooms. So we are on the 3rd floor and we have a fantastic view that I wanna show you. This is the view right as you step out of our room. I'll show you guys the transportation you can take from here to Disney Springs. You can go via boat. It's an awesome little ride. And right across from us, I just realized that we have the Fantasia golf course right there. I didn't even realize that you could see it from this resort. But this is all still part of the river. This is a pretty big property. It's not the largest. Actually, I think it might be the smallest, although I'm saying pretty big. They have just over 1,000 rooms on this property, but it's also part of what used to be Dixie Landings, which is now Port Orleans Riverside. So if you were to count both of those hotels, you have over 2,000 rooms. But I love it because it kind of takes you to a different era. Port Orleans French Quarter is exactly what you might be picturing. It is all about the New Orleans French Quarter area. It looks a lot like New Orleans, the housing that you would see in New Orleans. I love how they have like the wrought iron right there, the colorful wrought iron all throughout the buildings. We're gonna see some more of that, but right now I'm gonna take you into our room. Like I said, that is the view coming out of our room. We are in 1326, so this only has 3 stories. We are on the 3rd floor and voila, we have a king size room. Hey guys! Port Orleans is considered one of the moderate resorts. Disney has 3 different levels of resorts. In case you didn't know, you have the value resorts. Those are going to be your most economical with the most value probably, especially if you're just going to be here to sleep and then head over to the parks all day. You've got your moderate resorts, which is what Port Orleans is part of. And then you have your high-end resorts, which are your premium resorts. The premium resorts are what Disney calls the deluxe resort. A lot of those deluxe resorts are also part of the DVC resorts, which DVC is the Disney Vacation Rentals. But I'm just gonna give you a quick tour of this room. I will tell you that the king size rooms in Port Orleans French Quarter are your more expensive rooms, and the rates can run anywhere from about $240 a night to upwards of $410 a night. It all depends on the season in which you're coming. If it's busy season, slow season, it also depends on discounts. We did get a pass holder discount for this room, but got a nice big comfortable king size bed back there. That's the area where you're gonna come in. We've got a little table there. So if you wanna have dinner in the room, you certainly can. We've got the AC, a lounge chair over there, and here's that bed. We've got nightstands on each side. One big thing is you can tell when they've been refurbished because they also have your USB ports alongside the beds. What I love about this resort also, there's a fan. Guys, it's hot in Florida. We need fans. And this is a massive unit. I don't know if you can tell, but that is a pretty big drawer or chester drawer. I'm not sure what that's called. You can't really tell on camera, but I can tell you that these are very deep and they can definitely hold a lot of clothes. Over on this side, we have the refrigerator, and we did actually bring some waters with us, some milk, some drinks, something like, you know, Gatorade, Hawaiian Punch. We've got our Joffreys, guys. We have Joffreys for the morning. Our little coffee maker. I love that. And I also love that they do have this curtain, so you can have some privacy in the morning. You can close it off and not wake up the person that's with you if you need to use the restroom in the middle of the night. So I do love that privacy curtain. Love the artwork here. Look at this. And then here is, again, you guys know I love all of this space to put all of my stuff on. But I love they have counter space here. They have the double vanities, the double sinks, plenty of space to put stuff away in the closet. We've already got some of our stuff in there. We haven't unpacked yet, but here we go. And the bathroom, I think it's definitely been remodeled. You have some fleur de lis, is that what that's called? All along here. Nice big shower head, a nice big tub, and there's always the H2O products. Tiana is in New Orleans. This is a New Orleans resort, and I just realized that there are actually a couple of froggies, Tiana and Prince Naveen, on the shower curtain. I'm gonna flip it around and show you. Look how cute. And look at here. I love that the floors are wooden. I have a thing about carpeted rooms in hotel rooms. I just don't like it. I love these floors. I feel that it keeps it cleaner, and I'm not ickified by the carpet. There's great space, by the way, underneath the bed. So if you wanted to put away your luggage, rather than in the closet, but under the bed, you can do so. But here is that room. We've got that beautiful view. Here comes that boat I was telling you about, and that is your transportation to Disney Springs from here. Right over there is where you catch the boat, and you can also take the boat over to the Port Orleans Riverside Resort, but you can also take that beautiful walkway, which I highly recommend, guys, especially when it's not hot. That is such a nice walk. Disney did make some changes recently for when you stay on property. There is no more charge for parking, so you can park your car for free in the resort where you're staying. That's a great thing. And housekeeping is back. So if you want to have some housekeeping done, we're just here for 2 days. We're gonna skip the housekeeping. But if you want fresh towels, you're gonna be here longer periods of time, you definitely have the housekeeping service back in full swing. I wanted to tell you guys about Disney check-in time for the hotels. Typically it's at 3 o'clock, but I can tell you that we got here right before 1. We checked in with the guard at the gate, and he told us that our room wasn't ready yet. But literally, as we parked, we got a text message from Disney that our room was ready. It was quick. We did use our Disney app. That is the My Disney Experience app to go ahead and check in, and that made it very easy, guys. The phone opens the room, your band opens the room. So we actually did not have to check in with the front desk at all. So we're actually one of the buildings towards the back, and you know what? I actually don't mind it. We love the walks. This is a beautiful, beautiful resort that you can just enjoy the sights. And we have a great view, as you guys saw, so don't mind it at all. Here's building 2, and we're headed towards the Sasa Gula Floatworks, which is where you find the food. And I cannot wait to show you guys this fantastic, beautiful pool. It's a little bit unique and a little different than anything you've seen. But when you are walking around here, it's like walking in the streets of New Orleans. When you use the My Disney Experience app to check in, you also have to give yourself a pin. And that pin is going to work right alongside your Magic Band. That is, of course, if you want to pay with your Magic Band. But while you're staying at Disney, you can pay for everything with just a tap of your Magic Band. We're going to spend some time in the pool today. It is about 89 degrees. The day is beautiful, guys. It's supposed to rain later, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to rain. I'm just not feeling it. You've got several streets here named after areas that you're going to see when you're visiting New Orleans and Louisiana. Right here you've got Pontchartrain Way. That is right after Lake Pontchartrain. We're actually not as far as I thought. It's a very short walk, and this is a smaller resort compared to resorts like the Caribbean Beach, which is enormous, and Coronado Springs. This is definitely one of the smaller resorts, but I am already spotting the area where you can shop, get food, and we're close to the pool. Straight ahead, you have the Sasagula Floatworks, and that's where you're going to find your food. It's more of a fast food type dining, but it's pretty good. They've got a nice selection and good food. You've got the whole map here of the resort. And that's where we are, right there in building 1. Right now we're in this area here, which is where all the food is. And this is the walkway that's going to connect you over to Riverside. So they're showing it as one big giant Port Orleans resort. Ooh, Galaga! Oh yeah, they have some of my favorites. That's our check-in area right up there, but we didn't have to go there today. We finished our lunch and now we're gonna have a little dessert in a special spot. We're right in front of this special lawn area. A lot of times we've seen people just hanging out here. When our daughter was little, she would just run around the lawn. And we are behind one of the buildings that we stayed at before. We've probably stayed at this resort at least 5 times, right? It's special because this is also one of our honeymoon resorts, so we're excited to be back. It's just been too long. We decided to go with the Mickey cheesecake, and at the bottom of the cheesecake we were told it has a brownie. So, dessert.
All right, baby, go for it.
Oh man.
Ooh. Whoa.
Trying to get the brownie.
Has brownie on the bottom. It's like a cheesecake, but it does have brownie all the way on the bottom.
I find it very cheesy, and I know it's cheesecake. It's supposed to be cheesy. It has like a very creamy feeling and tastes very, I don't know, like cream cheese, which I like. So I think it's okay. It's not overly sweet. It's pretty good.
Hey everybody, what's going on?
This is the walkway that connects you to Riverside. You would go under that bridge over there and just keep walking until you get to the Riverside shops and where you can dine. In between building 5 and 6 is where you have the Cajun campfire. It's right over there. They've got the wood area in the middle and some seating for you. And that's something that they do 3 times a week. It's not every night. So keep that in mind when visiting this hotel. You want to make sure that you're here for one of the nights when they're doing the Cajun campfire. We're coming up on the pool area and also where you catch your boat to go to Disney Springs and or over to Riverside. And this is a very, very unique pool. As I had mentioned before, it is by far one of our favorite pools. Looks like they're headed over to Riverside first. And you're greeted as you enter into the pool by these little gators. We got some pool time in.
We did. It's so awesome.
Taking a little rest, and then we're gonna keep going. We're gonna take advantage that we can take that boat to Disney Springs and enjoy a little evening over there. When you're staying on those resorts that have the boat that take you to Disney Springs, that is a free boat ride. Don't forget that. And we did see a sign getting on the boat that said that the last boat was at 10:30. That meant from the hotel to Disney Springs. But here at Disney Springs, we have to 11:30. We came to Earl's Sandwich here at Disney Springs for dinner. My honey is not only having a sandwich, but he's also having mac and cheese. And that mac and cheese is really hot, guys. It smells good too.
Woo, that's hot. That's really hot.
So you saw how easy it was to get here. And like I had mentioned before, Disney Springs has a lot of options for foods in all price ranges, from cheap to expensive. But Earl's Sandwich is economical and delicious, so we just went with cheap because I'm going to do some shopping today, so we needed to save a little money on food. So if you are ever coming to Disney Springs, make sure that you check out the band schedule, because throughout the week there are bands playing. As you saw, Dracy is fantastic. He had everybody on the floor dancing. This is going to conclude day one of our staycation. Catch us tomorrow. Ooh, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's a beignet kind of day. Beignets first and then the pool. If you look carefully, you can see the sea serpent goes all in and out and around the pool. These stairs right here, here are his scales, here are the fins, and he keeps going. When we get outside over there, there's the tail. So he's actually wrapped up all around this area. I'm having a mango daiquiri and he's having a strawberry daiquiri. They are yummy.
I do like the communication happening between the teams.
By the way, if you have kids behind us, there's some games going on right now. They do have kid activities for you by the pool area, so keep that in mind. And actually most or all of Disney hotels do that as well. We have literally spent all day in the pool. We just left the room at 7 o'clock. So we literally went from the pool, showered, and now we're headed over to Riverside. The great thing about this resort is that you get a 2-in-1. You get Port Orleans French Quarter and you get Port Orleans Riverside. We're gonna go walking along this awesome walkway, grab some dinner, do some shopping, and explore a little bit. The pool stays open till 11, so even if you're coming back from a park, if you get here before 11, you can take a little dip in that pool. They do keep it a little warmer at night, so it's not gonna feel freezing. And right now it's been hot, so it's gonna feel perfect.
No, you have it.
Don't forget to take advantage of the campfire when you come visit and roast some marshmallows. We've actually stayed at this building before. There's supposed to be a storm brewing. Our weather app says that there is a storm. We think it's going away from us, but it's very, very windy. And we are walking right now underneath the bridge. There's also a pathway that goes right along the bridge that you can walk to and enter into Riverside. So we're gonna go ahead and take this walkway because we wanted to explore a little more. You can also go ahead and rent the bikes, and we're apparently in the pathway of the bikes as well. So all along the walkway and all along here on the bridge, that's all where the bikes go. And of course it connects to the both resorts, all part of the one. Riverside is also home to the beautiful princess rooms. It's actually Tiana's room, and they had a party and all the princesses leave a little something in the room for you. It's actually pretty awesome. We've stayed there before also, and that is here in the mansion section of Riverside. And I keep wanting to call it Dixie Landings because that's what this was before. This is actually the building where the princess rooms are. You can see there are banners on the poles, and each banner has the name of a princess. Riverside was made to look and resemble the old South and the beautiful mansions of the South. And that's why you see all of these buildings that look very mansion-like. There's also another area towards the back that have different style buildings. Regardless of where you stay here, you're always gonna have a great room, a beautiful view, and a great spot to be in. We're gonna go over the bridge and head to the Sassagoula Steamboat Company. That's where you'll find all of your restaurants. There is a sit-down restaurant, and there's also more of a fast food style restaurant with a food court, and that's where we're headed. And there are the horse-drawn carriages right there waiting for folks to come and ride. Over at the River Roost is where you can find Yeehaw, Yeehaw Bob. Yeehaw Bob is a very comedic piano player. He's amazing. A lot of our community know who he is, and he is great. So if you guys are here, you should definitely come check him out. I am trying jambalaya for the first time ever. Well, the first time ever here. So I'm hoping it's not that spicy, but it smells amazing, guys. My honey went with pasta. He actually got a chicken parmesan and he's enjoying it.
Yeah, so good.
And I am really liking the jambalaya. It is bursting with flavors. And it has just a tiny kick. It is not overly spicy. I don't do a lot of spice, but this has just a tiny kick to it. It's really, really good. I recommend it. If you want a little sit-down dinner, Boat Rights is a place to come. They also have the good old favorites like the gumbo and the jambalaya. Here's a little sample of the menu. Yeehaw, Bob is on! I love this. If you're staying on Disney property and you need a little something for Easter, they actually have pre-made Easter baskets for you. Over here at the Riverside Levee, this is actually where you can rent the bikes if you feel like pedaling around, and here are all the bikes. So they have both the Surrey bikes and then regular bikes over here. Hey. Good morning. Day 3 and final day of our vacation or a little staycation. Guys, we had a wonderful time this weekend. This hotel has a little bit of everything. One of the best things about it, I think, is that you get 2 hotels in one because you have the Riverside and you have the French Quarter area. As you saw last night, we took a walk over to Riverside and enjoyed some of that, had dinner over there. So it's been really good. This is a very, very nice property as well. It's not too big, so it's easy to get around. You've got one main pool. There's not a lot of pools in other areas because it's small. So you do have just the one main pool. You've got the one bus stop, and it's easy to get to and from that bus stop from any of the buildings that you're at. So I think, especially during the seasons when they're running deals and you're paying about $200 a night for this hotel, it's definitely worth it. I did see, by the way, which is crazy, the prices are going down as of Tuesday. You're watching this video that was filmed the weekend right before Easter. So tomorrow is Easter. And on Tuesday after Easter, the rates go down drastically. So I imagine that that's because it's going to go into a little slow period for a couple of weeks. And then, bam, school ends in June. And then we're back on again. I'm always going to give this hotel a 9 out of 10. And I say 9 instead of 10 out of 10 because the one flaw that I think it has, if it has a flaw at all, is that it only has the one food court area. When we first stayed here for our honeymoon, they actually had a sit-down restaurant also. And that's where we tried our beignets for the first time ever. We had breakfasts there in the mornings. It was a really, really nice restaurant all around, you know, Cajun cooking and Creole cooking. So I think that that's the one thing that's missing. You do have boat rides over at Riverside that you can, you know, have a nice sit down meal at, but I think that's the only thing. Maybe they should do a Tiana's place, Disney. That would be cool. I mean, this is Tiana's hotel. Let's have a Tiana's place here. I imagine that's hard to do though because there's not a whole lot of space to expand right here on property, but I'm just throwing it out there just in case. But anyway, I want to thank you guys again for joining me. I want to remind you to hit that like if you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up it. Leave me a comment, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day, everyone.